Every day begins with a choice. Before the emails arrive, before the demands of work or family rush in, before the world has a chance to pull you in 1,000 directions, there is a sacred space, the first hour of the morning. How you use that time can determine not just the quality of your day, but the trajectory of your entire life. Science has shown us that when you first wake up, your brain is in a highly suggestible state. It moves through theta and alpha brainwave patterns, which means that your subconscious mind is open, ready to absorb and shape new patterns. Spiritually, this window has always been seen as a moment of alignment, a time when the veil between the conscious and the unconscious is thin. It is here that you decide whether to repeat the same old habits or to plant the seeds of transformation. Most people stumble into the morning unconsciously. They reach for their phone, scroll through social media, or immediately react to messages. Without realizing it, they hand over their mental space to noise, distraction, and stress. By the time the day truly begins, they are already exhausted, chasing after obligations rather than creating intention. But it does not have to be this way. Daily mindset rituals are deliberate practices designed to reset your mind, body, and spirit before the world gets a hold of you. They are not about adding hours of complicated routines, but about consciously directing your first thoughts, emotions, and actions. With even a few minutes of intentional practice, you can create a foundation of clarity, energy, and empowerment that carries into everything you do. Think of your mind as a garden. If you wake up and do nothing, weeds of anxiety, stress, and negativity quickly take root. But if you choose to plant seeds, through gratitude, breath, movement, and intention, you cultivate a space where peace and purpose can grow. Every morning is an opportunity to tend this garden, and over time, the harvest becomes visible in the way you think, act, and live. The importance of rituals lies in their consistency. One morning of gratitude may lift your mood, but a month of it can reshape your worldview. One day of silence may bring calm, but a season of it can rewire your nervous system. Rituals are not about what happens in a single moment, but about what happens when moments accumulate. They are the quiet architects of transformation. Great minds across history understood this truth. Philosophers, spiritual teachers, and modern psychologists all agree. The way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations that each morning we must remind ourselves of the world we will face and the mindset we must carry. Modern neuroscience confirms that the brain's plasticity is highest in the morning, meaning that the patterns you reinforce then are the ones that dominate throughout the day. Imagine two different mornings. In the first, you wake up, immediately check your phone, rush through getting ready, skip breakfast, and run out the door already anxious. By 10 a.m., your mind is cluttered, your energy drained, and your emotions reactive. In the second, you wake up, take 5 minutes to breathe deeply, reflect on 3 things you are grateful for, set one clear intention for the day, and move your body gently. By 10 a.m., you feel calm, focused, and in control. The external circumstances may be the same, but the internal reality is completely different. That difference is the power of rituals. Another reason rituals are powerful is that they anchor you to values rather than circumstances. Life will always bring stress, surprises, and challenges. But when you have a ritual, you are not tossed around by external chaos. You have an inner compass. Each morning you return to practices that remind you who you are, what matters, and how you want to show up in the world. It is a way of reclaiming authorship of your life. There is also a symbolic element to morning rituals. Waking up is itself a metaphor for awakening consciousness. Just as your body rises from sleep, your awareness has the chance to rise from autopilot. A ritual is like a bridge from the unconscious to the conscious, from reaction to intention, from randomness to purpose. It is a daily act of remembering that you are more than your habits, more than your fears, more than yesterday's mistakes. Each morning is a new page, and rituals are the pen with which you write it. It is important to understand that daily rituals do not need to be complicated or mystical. They do not require hours of meditation, expensive equipment, or perfect silence. What matters is not how elaborate they are, but how intentional they are. A few minutes of focused breathing can be as powerful as an hour of scattered activity. Writing down one clear affirmation can shift your mindset more than reading 10 pages you barely absorb. The power lies in presence, not performance. Many people resist rituals because they believe they do not have time. Yet time is often not the real issue. Priority is. Everyone has 5 minutes in the morning, and those 5 minutes can determine the quality of the next 16 hours. The question is not whether you have time, but whether you recognize the cost of not making time. Without rituals, you pay with stress, reactivity, and fatigue. With rituals, you invest in clarity, energy, and empowerment. As you begin to explore daily mindset rituals, remember that the goal is not perfection, but consistency. Some mornings will be rushed, some will be distracted, but every time you return to the practice, you strengthen the pathway of intention. Over weeks and months, these small choices accumulate into profound transformation. The person you become is not shaped by what you do once in a while, but by what you do every day. The secret is that rituals are less about what you do and more about who you become through doing them. They are mirrors reflecting back your commitment to growth, peace, and purpose. When you choose to start your day empowered, you are not just making a better morning, you are shaping a better life. In the next part, we will explore specific rituals you can practice, from simple breathwork to journaling, gratitude exercises, and affirmations. These are not abstract ideas, but practical tools that you can begin using tomorrow morning to reset your mind and step into the day with clarity and strength. Now that we understand the importance of rituals and why mornings hold so much power, let us explore specific practices that can help align your mind and body for the day ahead. These are not complicated or time-consuming. They are simple, intentional actions that anchor you in clarity, energy, and purpose. Even practicing one or two consistently can create a ripple effect that transforms the way you live. The first ritual is conscious breathing. The way you breathe shapes the way you feel. Most people wake up and immediately take shallow breaths, which signals the body to remain in a state of stress. Conscious breathing interrupts this cycle. By taking just a few minutes to inhale deeply through the nose, hold gently, and exhale slowly through the mouth, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of the body responsible for calm and restoration. One technique is the 4-4-4 method. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts. Repeat this for 3 to 5 minutes, and you will notice your mind becoming clearer, your heartbeat steadier, and your body more awake. The second ritual is movement. This does not have to be an intense workout. It can be stretching, yoga, or even a short walk around your room. The goal is not physical fitness, but energy flow. Movement releases tension from sleep, increases circulation, and signals to your body that the day has begun. A few minutes of stretching your spine, rolling your shoulders, or standing with your feet firmly planted while raising your arms to the sky can awaken not only your muscles, but your sense of presence. When your body feels open and energized, your mind follows. The third ritual is journaling. Writing in the morning creates a bridge between the unconscious mind and the conscious mind. It allows you to pour out thoughts, worries, or dreams that linger from the night, and to set intentions for the day ahead. You do not need to write pages of polished prose. Even a single sentence such as, "Today I choose peace," or "My focus is clarity," can act as a compass. Some people practice morning pages, writing whatever comes to mind for a set amount of time, often 3 pages. Others prefer structured prompts, like listing 3 things they are grateful for, 1 thing they want to focus on, and 1 affirmation for the day. However you choose to journal, the act of putting pen to paper externalizes your thoughts and gives you the power to shape them. The 4th ritual is gratitude. Gratitude shifts the focus from what is missing to what is present. In the morning, before the mind has a chance to dwell on problems, taking a moment to acknowledge what you are thankful for creates a foundation of abundance. It can be as simple as saying, "I am grateful for the breath in my lungs, for the bed that held me, for the sun rising again." Gratitude does not ignore challenges, but it reframes them by reminding you that life is already full of gifts. Studies in psychology show that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower stress, improved mood, and even better physical health. Spiritually, gratitude is a declaration of trust, a way of affirming that the universe provides. The 5th ritual is silence. In a world of constant noise, silence is revolutionary. Taking just a few minutes to sit quietly, without distractions, allows you to reconnect with your inner voice. Some call this meditation, but it does not have to be formal. It can be as simple as sitting with your eyes closed, observing your breath, or noticing the sounds around you without judgment. Silence clears mental clutter, resets emotional balance, and creates space for intuition. Many people report that their best ideas, their deepest clarity, and their most peaceful feelings emerge in these moments of stillness. The 6th ritual is intention setting. Before your day fills with tasks and responsibilities, pause to ask, "What is the energy I want to carry into today?" Your answer might be calm, focus, patience, or joy. State it clearly. "Today, I choose to act with patience." This intention becomes like a thread woven through the fabric of your day. When challenges arise, you can return to it as an anchor. Setting an intention is not about controlling every outcome, but about directing your inner state, no matter what happens externally. Each of these rituals, breathing, movement, journaling, gratitude, silence, and intention, are simple on their own, but when combined, they create a powerful sequence. You do not need to do them all every day. Choose 2 or 3 that resonate with you and practice them consistently. The key is not perfection, but presence. Even 5 minutes of intentional practice can change the trajectory of your day. The beauty of these rituals is that they align both the body and the mind. Breathing calms the nervous system. Movement awakens energy. Journaling organizes thoughts. Gratitude shifts perspective. Silence reconnects you with your essence. Intention directs your focus. Together, they create harmony, preparing you to meet the day not with reactivity, but with empowerment. It is also important to adapt rituals to your own life. If you have only 10 minutes in the morning, choose 1 ritual that feels most meaningful. If you have more time, expand and combine them. The point is not to follow a rigid formula, but to cultivate a practice that fits your reality. What matters most is consistency. The more you return to these rituals, the more natural they become, until they are no longer something you do, but something you embody. Think of these rituals as investments. Each morning you invest a small amount of time and energy, and over weeks and months, the returns multiply. You find yourself calmer under pressure, more focused at work, more patient in relationships. You carry a sense of groundedness that others notice and respond to. The rituals not only transform your mornings, but also ripple outward into your entire life. These practices are ancient and modern at the same time. Breathing, gratitude, silence. These have been at the heart of spiritual traditions for centuries. Neuroscience and psychology now confirm what mystics always knew, that the way you start your day shapes your brain, your emotions, and your destiny. By embracing these rituals, you are participating in a lineage of wisdom that stretches across cultures and generations. As you begin experimenting with these practices, notice how they affect you. Pay attention to the shifts, both subtle and profound. Some mornings you may feel immediate calm. Other times it may feel like nothing changes. But transformation is rarely instant. It is the accumulation of small, intentional choices that shapes a new reality. Trust the process. Each breath, each word of gratitude, each moment of silence is a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious. With time, these seeds grow into resilience, clarity, and empowerment. In the next part, we will go deeper into mindset rituals that focus specifically on the spiritual dimension, affirmations, visualization, and connecting with your higher self. These practices not only prepare you for the day, but also align you with your purpose and potential, turning ordinary mornings into sacred beginnings. Beyond the physical and mental practices, there are rituals that connect you with the deeper layers of your being, the spiritual dimension where thoughts, emotions, and energy converge. These rituals are not about religion, but about cultivating awareness and alignment with your higher self. They help you step into the day not only prepared to handle tasks, but also to live with clarity, meaning, and purpose. One of the most powerful spiritual rituals is affirmations. Words are creative forces. Every sentence you speak to yourself becomes a suggestion to your subconscious mind, shaping the way you think, feel, and act. Unfortunately, many people unconsciously repeat affirmations of fear or limitation. I can't do this. I'm not enough. Today is going to be hard. And today morning is the perfect time to reverse this pattern. As your brain transitions from sleep, it is highly receptive to suggestion. By deliberately speaking affirmations of empowerment, you are programming your subconscious with beliefs that support growth and peace. Phrases like, I am calm and centered, I am worthy of love and success, or I meet challenges with clarity and strength can become anchors for the day. The secret to affirmations is not only in repeating them, but in feeling them. If you say, I am peaceful, while your body is tense, pause and imagine what peace feels like. Breathe into the statement until your body softens. When the words and emotions align, the subconscious mind absorbs them more deeply. Over time, affirmations shift from being hopeful phrases to being lived realities. Another transformative ritual is visualization. The mind cannot distinguish vividly imagined experiences from real ones. This is why athletes rehearse victories in their minds and why great leaders envision their goals before they manifest them. Visualization in the morning is especially powerful because it sets the tone for the day. Instead of waiting for events to unfold, you create a mental blueprint of how you want to show up. You might close your eyes and picture yourself moving through the day with confidence, responding to challenges calmly, or completing a task with focus and joy. The key is to make the visualization as vivid as possible. See it, hear it, feel it. The clearer the image, the stronger the impression on the subconscious. Visualization is not just about outcomes, but about states of being. You can imagine yourself radiating compassion in a meeting, speaking with confidence in a conversation, or walking with calm presence in a stressful environment. These mental rehearsals condition your nervous system to embody those qualities when the real moment arrives. In this way, visualization becomes a rehearsal for your highest self. A third ritual is connecting with intention at a spiritual level. Earlier, we discussed setting a simple intention like patience or focus. On a deeper level, you can align this intention with your higher purpose. Ask yourself, who do I want to be today? The answer may be a source of peace, a vessel of love, or a channel of creativity. This goes beyond tasks or goals. It is about embodying qualities that reflect your deepest values. When you anchor your day in such intentions, your actions naturally align with something greater than yourself. Gratitude, already mentioned as a mental ritual, also carries profound spiritual weight when practiced with awareness. Instead of just listing things you are thankful for, pause and feel gratitude flowing through you. Imagine it as a light expanding from your heart, touching everything around you. In this way, gratitude becomes more than an intellectual exercise. It becomes an energy that shifts your entire vibration. Spiritual traditions around the world agree that gratitude is a key that opens the door to abundance. Another ritual is meditation with a focus on connection. This does not have to be long or complex. Sitting for even 5 minutes, observing your breath, and silently repeating a mantra like peace, love, or light can open the space for deeper awareness. Meditation in the morning clears the noise before it begins. It centers you in the present moment and allows you to meet the day from a place of stillness rather than chaos. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to remain calm, no matter what arises. You may also choose to incorporate spiritual reading or reflection. A short passage from a sacred text, a line from a poet, or a quote from a teacher can act as a spark of wisdom that carries into the day. The key is not to consume a large amount of information, but to focus on one idea and let it resonate. For example, reading a single affirmation from Louise Hay or a thought from Joseph Murphy can serve as a guiding light. Carrying this seed of wisdom with you transforms how you interpret experiences. The beauty of these spiritual rituals is that they create alignment between your inner world and your outer actions. When your thoughts, emotions, and energy are directed toward peace, love, and clarity, your behavior naturally reflects those qualities. You become less reactive and more intentional, less scattered and more centered. People around you notice the difference, even if they cannot name it. You radiate a presence that uplifts not only yourself, but those you encounter. It is also important to personalize these rituals. Not every affirmation will resonate with you, not every visualization will feel natural, and not every meditation technique will suit your temperament. The goal is not to follow someone else's formula, but to create a practice that feels authentic. Choose words that stir your heart, images that inspire you, and intentions that reflect your truth. The more personal the ritual, the more powerful it becomes. Over time, these spiritual practices shift your identity. You begin to see yourself not just as someone reacting to circumstances, but as someone consciously creating them. You realize that empowerment is not about controlling the world, but about aligning yourself with the deepest part of who you are. Morning rituals become daily reminders of this truth. Each time you affirm, visualize, or meditate, you are declaring, "I am not defined by yesterday. I am free to choose today." Imagine starting your morning with this sequence. A few deep breaths, a stretch to awaken your body, a whispered affirmation of strength, a moment of gratitude felt deeply, a short visualization of yourself walking through the day with clarity, and an intention to embody peace. In less than 15 minutes, you have reset your mind, aligned your spirit, and set the tone for empowerment. The tasks of the day may still be waiting, but you now meet them with centeredness and purpose. In the next part, we will look at how these rituals integrate into everyday life and why consistency is the key to transformation. We will also explore how these practices connect to the broader journey of self-mastery, linking back to the wisdom of great teachers and forward to the path of abundance and prosperity. The true power of daily mindset rituals is revealed not in a single practice or a single day, but in their accumulation over time. One morning of affirmations might lift your mood. One session of gratitude might open your heart. One visualization might sharpen your focus, but it is the repetition, the return, the steady rhythm of showing up for yourself each morning that transforms your life. Consistency is what turns habits into identity and rituals into a way of being. Think of water carving stone. A single drop makes no difference, but over years, persistence shapes valleys and canyons. Your rituals work the same way. Each morning you choose to breathe with awareness, to set an intention, to speak words of love instead of fear. You are carving new pathways in your brain, new grooves in your soul. Eventually, the old patterns of anxiety, distraction, and negativity erode, and in their place rises clarity, peace, and empowerment. This is why the morning matters so deeply. It is not just about starting the day positively. It is about shaping the trajectory of your entire life. The way you begin determines the way you continue. If your first thoughts are chaotic, the day feels chaotic. If your first actions are reactive, the day feels reactive. But if your first moments are intentional, centered, and aligned, you carry that alignment with you no matter what the day brings. Integration is the next step. Rituals are not meant to stay on the meditation cushion or in the journal. They are designed to follow you into your work, your relationships, and your challenges. The calm you cultivate in breathing becomes the calm you bring to a difficult conversation. The gratitude you express in the morning becomes the gratitude you feel when plans shift unexpectedly. The visualization of your highest self becomes the way you show up when tested. Morning rituals are the training ground. Life is the practice field. Some people worry that if they miss a morning, they have failed. But the truth is, rituals are forgiving. Missing one day does not undo progress. What matters is returning. Each new morning is a new beginning, an invitation to start again. This is part of their beauty. No matter how yesterday went, you always have today. Each sunrise offers you a blank page, and your rituals are the words you choose to write upon it. The impact of daily mindset rituals is not just personal, but collective. When you show up in the world centered and empowered, you influence those around you. Your presence becomes a source of calm in chaotic environments, of hope in discouraging times, of inspiration in ordinary moments. People may not know what has changed, but they feel it. In this way, your personal practice becomes an act of service, radiating ripples of transformation far beyond yourself. This journey also ties back to the wisdom of the teachers we have already explored. Joseph Murphy reminded us that the subconscious mind is shaped by repeated suggestion. Morning affirmations are exactly that, repeated suggestions of empowerment. Carl Jung taught us about the shadow and the need to integrate hidden parts of ourselves. Morning silence and journaling invite those parts into awareness and healing. Louise Hay emphasized the power of loving affirmations. Gratitude and self-affirmation in the morning are direct reflections of her teachings. Ho'oponopono showed us the power of forgiveness and release. Setting intentions of compassion in the morning allows us to live that forgiveness each day. In this way, daily rituals are not separate from these teachings, but an integration of them. They are where theory becomes practice, where wisdom becomes embodied, where spirituality meets everyday life. By practicing them, you are not only honoring these traditions, but living them in your own unique way. Looking forward, these rituals also prepare the ground for prosperity and abundance. A mind that begins each day with clarity and gratitude is fertile soil for success. A heart that begins with peace and love is open to receive opportunities. A spirit aligned with purpose attracts the resources needed to fulfill it. Prosperity is not just about money, but about energy, creativity, and flow. Daily rituals align you with this flow, making you a magnet for what you need. It is also worth remembering that rituals are not rigid. They can evolve with you. What serves you today may not serve you a year from now. That is natural. The point is not to hold on to specific practices, but to hold on to the principle of intentional beginnings. As you grow, your rituals will grow. Some may fall away, others may emerge. What remains constant is the commitment to start each day with awareness and empowerment. Imagine your life a year from now if you commit to these practices. Imagine waking up with clarity instead of confusion, gratitude instead of worry, peace instead of stress. Imagine facing challenges with calm confidence, relationships with open-heartedness, and opportunities with readiness. This is not a fantasy, but a reality available to anyone willing to show up each morning with intention. So tomorrow, when you wake up, resist the urge to reach for your phone immediately. Instead, pause, take a breath, whisper a word of gratitude, set an intention. Move your body gently, speak an affirmation that lifts your spirit, visualize yourself walking through the day empowered. It may take 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes can redefine your day and, with time, your life. Rituals are not magic in the sense of instant results. They are magic in the sense of transformation through presence and persistence. They remind you that empowerment is not something you wait for, but something you create. Each morning is a chance to reset your mind, align your spirit, and step into your highest self. As we close this exploration of daily mindset rituals, remember this: empowerment is a choice renewed each morning. When you choose to start your day empowered, you reclaim authorship of your story. You remind yourself that you are not a prisoner of circumstance, but a creator of possibility. You affirm that life does not happen to you, it happens through you. And with that awareness, every morning becomes a sacred beginning. In the next video, we will go deeper into the power of morning affirmations, specific words and practices you can use to heal, attract abundance, and transform your reality. These affirmations will not only prepare you for the day, but also open the door to a new way of living, where every morning is a step closer to the life you desire.